Okay, let's try this one again. I was thinking today about resolutions and the things that we all plan every year that we're going to try to achieve. Something where we're like, this year I'm going to do it. And we've all done it. It's all a thing that people do. And the clock resets on our calendars. It's a fresh start, a new year, putting the last one behind us. So why wouldn't we want to go, this year I'm going to do it right? I had a conversation with a friend of mine who I've known for years and years and years, going all the way back to grade school, I believe. Anyway, I knew him a really long time, and he had been working at a company and just recently left it. He told me that he left the job because he wanted to go home and spend more time with his kids. The point being that he just felt by the time he got home, he was so spent from working on things all day that he didn't really feel like he had the energy to start a project with his kids. So he decided to stay at home. And he told me that he had heard about the books that I had been making, or the books that I had worked on with my kids, and said he was going to start a project with them. Now, his kids are much younger than mine were when I started, but it did remind me of why I got started in the first place. Now, me, it was a different situation. I was working part-time jobs and literally realized that I was working to pay for the daycare that I took them to every day. So that's why I was like, why don't I stay at home with the kids? I wanted to spend more time with them. I wanted to teach them and just experience what they were going through growing up. And of course, save some money. I mean, that's really what the big point was. I decided I wanted to get back into art. So I bought a program. I was using Flash at the time. I wanted to make cartoons again. I had originally wanted to do that when I was in high school. But in the meantime, while I was working on that, I kind of had to do it at night because I'd spend time with the kids all day. That's when it occurred to me as they got older. By this time now, I believe my youngest was 6 years old, and he was actually excelling in school at creative writing. And the other one, the oldest one, liked to write too. So they also like to read comic books. So I decided one day, why don't I mix these all together? And at the same time, I thought I could possibly trick them into learning something, or at least getting better at something. So what I asked them to do is work on a comic book story with me. So I drew the characters while they explained it. They wrote the story by hand, wrote it out, worked on their handwriting, and also kind of their creative skills. And we made this whole project together, and that's how I got started. It was just one little thing where I wanted to try and bring it in, and that's why I wanted to talk about resolutions. You could spend all this time to try and achieve something towards what you really want to achieve this year, and then the next year, you can build up to expanding that. And that's really how I think resolutions should work. It shouldn't be one giant thing. It should be steps that lead up to that big thing that you want to achieve. If I could go back in time and talk to myself when I was 25, when I started this whole project, or that whole concept of working on a story with my kids, and say, this is what you're doing now, I'd probably slap my future self in the face because I could not believe what I was telling myself. Well, maybe not that. Well, because it would be me. That's why I would do it. So, I mean, it would just be slapping myself, and I'd be like, get out of here. It would be like on Seinfeld when Elaine pushes people and says, get out. It would be that sort of situation. It wouldn't be mine. I never wanted to say, don't you be. Anyway, my point being is that's all it took, was just one little stepping stone. And then while I might have made a resolution that year, I probably thought that I didn't achieve it when the next year rolled around. But when I look back on it, I did achieve something every year. And I think that starting something with your family is a great way to do it, because you can all learn at the same time, so you're not isolating yourself. That's what my friend is starting to do, and I wanted to share that with you just to show that even though it's just something he's doing because he's at home with his kids, who knows what it will turn into and what he's going to learn from it. Maybe you've tried to start something with your kids. Well, just try to bring in something that all of you want to learn, and think of a way that you could keep them interested while you're trying to learn as well. And that's really my point. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for listening. I'm Tom Ray from Drawings to Book, and I'll see you next time.